Mbewe,
Wait,
Ethel.
wait, wait, wait there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And how are we doing today? Today is a very, very special day. And we have in the studios our very new productivity ambassador. Oh, you forgot your sash. I'm here with my sash. And that's so cool to have you here. Those ones that are joining us for the very first time, we have been doing this program every Tuesday for the last 5 years. So we are so proud of our consistency and we are so proud of the things that happen in our lives. Over the last few episodes, we have been exploring leadership from a different perspective. Episode 1, we reminded ourselves that leadership is not about titles. Episode 2, we reminded ourselves we saw leadership expressed in real life situations. Episode 3, we explored self leadership. And episode 4, we discovered that leadership grows through daily practice. And today is episode 5. We continue this journey with an important reminder that everyone is a leader at their own level. Everyone is a leader at their own level. So today's session is also special for 2 reasons. The first reason is we celebrate the 5 years of SBM's journey in promoting mindset change and personal transformation, which is equal to our productivity of the things that we want to do today. And we also celebrate ourselves, the appointment of myself, Dr. Sunshine Sylvia, Mwansa, and Miss Ethel Mbewe as productivity ambassadors. And cheers to us, cheers to you, cheers to everyone. Cheers, we are so grateful for that. We thank God for this honor of recognition because when you have been recognized, there is this evidence that what you've been doing is really bearing fruit. What you've been doing is okay for life, and what you've been sharing, people have received it and it's got an impact. So I just want to share the 5 years, just the 5 points on us at SBM Training and Consulting Institute delivering value. So 5 years of changing lives through the mindset change process, turning awareness into action and action into lasting results. I think this is what you are going to be seeing. And also from individuals to institutions, 5 years of building productive mindsets that create value and also receive value. 5 years of proving that mindset change is not theory. It is a process that transforms people, organizations, and nations. And we are saying 5 years of unlocking potential across every sphere of life: family and home, financial and career, mental and education, physical and health, spiritual and ethical, social and cultural, in all these with purpose. So 5 years of walking the talk, delivering transformation through structured mindset change that drives productivity and impact. And this is why today we've got our special guests, because of the impact that we have made in the world, or starting from Zambia and across the world. So today I would want to welcome Ethel. And Ethel, I just want you to tell us about yourself and how you find yourself here, and also comment about the productivity ambassador and your MCP name, which was ambitious. Oh my goodness, when I found this, I said, oh my God, she's ambitious and she's doing ambitious things. You are so great. And also you can just go on until you finish, until we say, okay, you have exhausted. So you can also talk about, you believe your positive mindset contributed to your fantastic work that you have been doing at the Solwezi Skills Training and Institute. Tell us, tell the listeners what changes you have made since attending the Mindset Change Process class. What changes have you noticed in your thinking and approach to challenges? What practical habits has helped you maintain productivity in your work and your personal life? As we celebrate 5 years of SBM, what message would you share with people who want to grow but get stuck. So just go on and just do whatever it takes for you to just showcase yourself and celebrate yourself, celebrate Zambia. This is Women's Month, and we are so happy that we are here. So go ahead and just tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here today. It's an honor. My name is Mbewe Ethel, Principal Sorezi Trades Training Institute, and one of those that were crowned as ambassadors under productivity for Zambia. I'm a proud graduate of the SBM mentorship program, and I think it reflects in everything that we're doing as an institution. One of the things we should know is that it's very difficult to enter into a premise and judge what kind of people you're going to find or what the expectations are going to be when you enter that premises. But one thing I can assure you is when I became principal at Sorezi Trades Training Institute, there were so many things I was saying I was going to change. But the issue was you touch here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. Everything seemed to be very, very important and needed the urgent attention. But when I underwent the SBM training, there are a number of things that I learned and have helped Sorezi Trades to be transformed in what it is today. What are those things? To prioritize tasks, because everything is very, very important. But we look at what do you think should come first? What are the priorities? And we learned from SBM that athletes just have 3 tasks to prioritize every day. It meant we put in all the energy, all the efforts to ensure that those tasks were achieved. I can assure you that Sorezi Trades today is a very big institution. We have learned how to market ourselves. We don't need to go and tell the world who we are, but the world sees who Sorezi Trades is today because of the things that are happening in the institution. We set up SMART goals, and these goals have made us to become very productive. The first goal I can tell you is to increase enrollment. Of course, we are a quasi-government institution, meaning some funding comes from government, but it cannot help us to perform everything that we do here. So we've increased enrollment from 365 students to over 2,400 students today. Someone will ask me to say, but how do you manage to keep those students in the institution? How do you manage to run the institution? Because maybe the facility cannot accommodate all those at once. We're talking about mindset change, where everyone sits down and plans and says, how do we ensure that we increase access to everyone that is entering our institution and don't disappoint them? We have put up infrastructure. How did we put up infrastructure? Because infrastructure is a cost. We came up with initiatives that made us generate revenue. We started by using the available resources that we had. Resources involve money, tools, and the human resource. We told ourselves we want to have an increase in our salaries until we make the money. And we made the money. We made desks. From the desk project, we put up 2 classroom blocks, meaning we increased access for students to come for training. What else did we do? We said, can we secure our facility? How do we do it? Let's go in the community through Teveta. We applied for some program where we were funded and trained bricklayers in the community. From those bricklayers that were trained, we took on about 8 as interns. who have helped us to put up all the infrastructure, including the wharfings. But then we're saying, what do we want to achieve as an institution? We want to be the best. We have trained a number of SMEs. From the SMEs that we trained, the funders were African Development Bank. The African Development Bank came through to appreciate the kind of training that we did. And I can assure you, one of the best trainings that we did was the training of 80 women SMEs. From the 80 SMEs, women that we trained, we gave them a challenge. The challenge was to put up a structure to depict that women are able to do the tasks that men do. What did the women do? We had bricklayers that put up the walls. We had carpenters that did the roof. We had metal fabricators that put up the window frames, the door frames. We had plumbers that did the plumbing works. We had the electricians that did the electrical works. And we have an office for metal fabrication today. It's from that the African Development Bank asked us to say, or told us to say, you have done a very good job. How do we support you as an institution? Of course, with the training process that we underwent through Mindset, we said, no, someone should just teach us to fish, and then we'll go and fish on our own. It's from there that we were funded, and the funding, we didn't get in form of funds. We said, give us the equipment. The equipment was twofold. We had equipment for training and equipment for the enterprise. I'm very excited about the enterprise because it's what is making us who we are. And today, when you walk into Solwezi Trades, you discover that we are making peanut butter. We're using our student graduates to help us manage the enterprise. We are grinding maize. We are making blocks. We are making work suits. We are making still the desks for all the secondary schools in Northwestern Province. We are also part of those that had an opportunity to be given a contract to fix desks for general education. So what I can say is, where there's a will, there's a way. As Solwezi Trade, we have told ourselves, it's not what you supervise that works. It is what works that you supervise. What do I mean? Daily planning. I don't know what time people plan. For some of us, we wake up at 01, when it is quiet, when there are no disturbances, to plan for the day and also to reflect on what we achieved the previous day. That keeps us going. Others plan for what to do lists, as we plan for what to stop doing to make us go forward. We encourage work meetings. We don't sit in the office and sit and have meetings. We have meetings on site. Why do we do that? We're saying activity multiplied by time, that is productivity. If I ask these workers to leave the work sites to come into a meeting, we're wasting time. We're going on site, looking at what the gaps are, and helping them to move forward. So we're always improving. We know we also have challenges, but we still remain focused. At times, we sit back to review and adjust accordingly. Of course, it's difficult to have everyone buy into your vision. But what I know is, if you have 80% of us sharing the same vision, even those who are not interested, definitely they'll buy in. So it's a Women's Month, Women in Leadership. Thank you for Ministry of Labor and Social Security. When I was appointed as a productivity ambassador, I said, wow, what have they seen? But I said, you don't need to go and tell the world who you are. Your works should speak for you. I know it calls for a lot of discipline. You lose friends along the way, but I always tell people, tag along. If you are not with me, one day you join. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Even I've got goosebumps, as I'm sitting here just saying, oh my goodness, this is just so powerful. This is just so powerful. When you are speaking about increasing the enrollment from 300 to 2,400, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. And I remember even when we were chatting with the Honorable Minister, when we were introducing ourselves, when you say, Honorable Minister, you must come to Solwezi. What you found with 300, you will be so amazed. I don't even want to talk about it. Just come and see. I think that's confidence. That's confidence that you have. And it's the confidence that we are sharing that, just have your confidence that you're doing something great and it will happen. And the other thing that I really love is when you talk about people will come along, you tag people along and they'll come along whenever they find you. And I think that also speaks leadership at every level. And this is why we have tagged this year as the year of action, leading at every level where you are. You don't have to be, you don't have to say, oh, I'll come and lead when I'm principal. I'll come and lead when I'm head of department. I'll come and lead when I finish my education. I'll come and lead. But you're leading at each and every level. So we recognize that this is what we need to emphasize in our own communities where, and I'm sure there's no micromanagement there, where you just say, come along. This is what we want. And the fact that you are supervising what works, that got me as well. Supervising what works. A lot of us are supervising what's not working. We are bringing out negativity instead of leading at that level where you are picking negativity from people, and that's what you're leading, where you're leading from. And it is such a waste of time, and there's no productivity there when you are looking at what did not work. How did you do this wrong? How did you say this? All those things just discourage the people that are moving. So it's so good that you say, you will find us. We are on a path and we are on dealing with smarter goals. And when we speak about smarter goals, this is what I like, that you picked all those things and you applied them. Because I remember when you were in class, you said, hey, we've got so much potential. We've got so this, we've got this. I said, why don't you prioritize? And today I've heard it. Prioritizing. Just 3 things every day that you can tick at the end of the day. Because the way the program is structured, it wants you to be organized. It wants you to actually pick out the things that you did, the things that you're going to do today. What are your imperative actions that do or die? Come this time, I would have done this. So what are those? You prioritize them. Then you go ahead and the way you're just speaking about them, it's like it's not 2 years ago when you did this. It's like you did this, because it's like you did this last month. The way that things are just coming out. And I know you were on a journey from this, from 4th of March. You've been in Lusaka, and you went back to Solwezi. Then yesterday you were telling me you were going to Chingola. I don't even know whether you're in Chingola or whether you're in your office, or I really don't know. But you said, regardless, I will be on. And I think this is the productivity that we need. And I think this is the reason why even the ministry thought that we need to do this, we need to honor these people, and they can help us to go through there. And for me, really, when I hear these things, it makes me go on. Even if it's one person per time that is being changed, I just say, let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. So to you people listening today, I want to, people to ask yourself, Where am I leading in my life? Maybe we can just type out, something in the chat box. As Ethel leads, where are you leading in your life? Where am I leading in my life? And you must be able to say, am I waiting for a title, or am I already influencing people through my actions? Through my actions. So this is why it is so important that we lead at each and every level. So where are you leading yourself today? So you can pick it up, Ethel, and just add on to what it is, what happens when you're leading at the position where you are from your own experience and leading Solwezi Trades.
Doc, one of the things you need to realize that it's not easy to be a woman leading a workforce of about 100. I took over when we had a workforce of about 44. One of the things I told my team was, we are going to work together. Everyone has the potential, everyone has the capacity to lead. Of course, there'll only be one person to carry everyone along. I walk through our lawns, I find this person using a lawnmower. I tell them, do you know that without you, this place will not be the way it is? And they look at me and they say, no, I'm just a general worker. I said, no, without you, Solwezi Trades will not be the way it is, because look at how clean and how beautiful the place looks. We are opposite Solwezi City Mall. Way back, when you are giving directions to someone where Solwezi Trades is, you would say opposite the City Mall, because the City Mall is a very famous place. But today I'll say we are at Solwezi Trades. The City Mall is opposite Solwezi Trades, meaning when you look left, there should be something that excites you. When you look right, you say, oh, the mall is opposite Solwezi Trades. So the face shows identity. We have walked into places where you don't know where you are. You're asking yourself, is this a training institution? Is this a school? Is this a bar? Is it a what? But I think for Solwezi Trades, we said, no matter how dirty our clothes are, but everyone always looks at the face before they get interested in what you're wearing. So our face is our surrounding. Our surrounding speaks volumes. It's that surrounding that you see that encourages people to say, I think this is the right place to bring our students. I have gone to the classroom. I take an interest. I tell my lecturer, I'm a student today. The lecturer should not be jittery because the principal is in the classroom. I should be confident to say, as we are increasing the number of students in the institution, they are getting their lessons, or they are going to graduate with the skills that they really wanted to get from the institution. So we talk about being ready all the time. We're an institution that receives visitors, partners, a lot of people that are coming through into the institution. Maybe Dr. Sunshine, let me share with you this. We have partnered with a college in China, Tianjin. I'm telling you, they are giving us a lot of support. And how did it start? As we are saying, collaboration is very important. We don't go to these meetings and come back and say, I went and came back. You should ask yourself, why am I here? What is my takeaway? How do I ensure that even when I'm away from the institution, I'm in China, my team also will benefit? I can assure you, by the end of this year, maybe 15 or 20 of my lecturers are going to China for training, capacity building. When we come back, we're coming to take Solwezi Trades to another level. We have other partners who are coming on board from Finland. Even these are going to support us in heavy equipment engineering. Part of my team will be going to Finland for the same training. So it is these small things that we do without realizing that they're creating an impact that other people are seeing and that are taking an interest. So I can tell you, I work with a very committed team at Solwezi Trades. How did it start? We held our hands together and said, let's move forward. Nobody used to talk about Solwezi Trades way back. But today, everyone is saying that's where to take our children. That's the place where training is taking place. A lot of things are happening. Challenges will be there, but for us, we celebrate the wins. No matter how small, celebrate the wins. It's very encouraging. I walk into automotive workshop. I find the workshop is clean. I find my students are doing practicals. I encourage them. I tell them, you know why you're here. You know why you're here. And for me, my motto is to leave the place better than I found it. So
Wow.
we are driving not just Solwezi Trades, our community is part of who we are today. Our community has also been very supportive. So I can say winners never fail.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with starting all over again, but I'm telling you, a repeated activity eventually helps you to score. We are putting in our best and we appreciate the support we're getting from everyone, everywhere. I'm telling you, it's not an easy journey, but like I said, don't forget about those that criticize. They help you to do a recheck, to say, where have we gone wrong? What are we not doing properly? And then we review and go forward. Thank you.
That is so fantastic. You are the face. I know each time somebody is giving directions, they always act to say the place which is going to be visibly or easily recognized. And I just love the way you've changed those things. That is the change that we're talking about. That is productivity we're talking about. And small changes every day, appreciating the things that your team is doing instead of rebuking. And I know if you come to the workshop and you find that it's clean, you have to look for something that is wrong for you to actually speak about. But the way you just bring out the best is what we need for us to be productive actually in our communities, in our societies, at home. Let's try and bring out the best in people. Let's be sure that if I say well done, some people are going to be looking for even more things to do. Like the way we speak about in mindset change, we say let's use appreciative inquiry. Where if you've got like before, you were getting 49%, you are getting, those marks that actually make you annoyed and you don't want it to show anyone. So you were showing, the opposite, the more that's what it is. So when you got 85%, now you are showing everyone. You are showing now, the Solwezi Trades has become now, the good face to show. And you're showing everywhere, wherever you go, collaborations will work when you have built yourself. And I like it the way that you have collaborated with this. You have shown, even with the bank wants to show cause why they must help you. Why should we help you? And this is why we are talking today as productivity ambassadors. Let's show something regardless and celebrate regardless of how small. Show up, showcase, and develop, the others. So as we close, we've just 1 minute, to go. And this is why we are saying leadership begins where responsibility begins. Everyone is a leader at their own level, and you have shown us, you have proved that this thing is okay. So if today's conversation has inspired you to begin your own mindset journey, you can call the number that is scrolling there, 09755 24185 to learn more about. In fact, we have created, a lot of people don't have time for the 3 days of the program. For teams and exco, we have created half a day, we are calling the opener to mindset change process, so that you just share your vision so that everyone in your team can be able to toe the line and speak from one hymn sheet. And this has helped us to manage, the people that say, if you're CEO, if you're chairman of your board, and you think that people are not towing your line, you want to prioritize things, you have to share. The opener is for you. And in closing, I just want you to know that you do not need a position to lead. See where Solwezi Trades has come from, to actually having 2,400 students, partnerships in China, partnerships in Japan, and a bank, buying equipment because of being accountable. So you have to be accountable to the things that you're doing on a daily basis, accountable for your time. Where are you spending your time? Are you ambitious? Are you, what are these things that you've been able to do? So in closing, I just want you to say goodbye to the guests and what have they gotten from you. And we're so pleased that you managed to be on this call today.
Thank you so much. To our guests, I'm saying planning is the biggest achievement you ever have. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Prioritize at least 3 things each day. At the end of the day, your quiet time, run through, have I achieved what I had planned? Why did I fail to do what I had planned? And that will help you score. And never stop trying. Continue trying and always focus on the outcomes. The outcomes are what are going to make you better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Please go ahead and have a little bit of me time where you're just patting yourself on the back, and see you again soon in the Productivity Ambassador role. I thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you.